Right then, Blades fans, huge news coming your way today, and I mean massive. We've got 3 stories that could genuinely shape the rest of our season. From a gamble up front that's got everyone talking, to a rising star we're chasing, and an international hero keeping us proud on the world stage. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button right now. Join thousands of Blades supporters getting the latest news first. We're building something special here, and you don't want to miss out. Hit that notification bell whilst you're at it, because we're keeping you in the loop every single day. Today's update is absolutely packed. We're talking Patrick Bamford's arrival. Is it genius or madness? Then there's a championship winger lighting up League One that we're reportedly eyeing up, alongside 3 other clubs. And finally, Cheetah's the odd beans heroics for Ireland that kept World Cup dreams alive. Before we dive in, massive shout out to everyone who's been commenting on recent videos. Your passion, your insights, your debates, that's what keeps this channel going. You're not just viewers, you're part of the family. And if you've been watching but haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. We're growing fast. You'll want to be part of this journey. Stick around. Let's get into it. First up, Patrick Bamford is a Blade. And honestly, opinions are all over the place. Some of you are buzzing. Some of you think we've lost the plot. I've read the comments. I've seen the Twitter debates. I've heard it all. But let me break this down properly, because there's more to this than meets the eye. Look, let's be real about where we are. Worst attack in the championship. 11 goals in 15 matches. That's relegation form, not promotion form. That's absolutely dire when you think about it. Teams in the bottom 3 have scored more than us. Let that sink in. Chris Wilder's been banging on about needing a proper number 9 for weeks now. Every press conference, every post-match interview, he's mentioned it. He's tried everything. Shifting formations, rotating players, hoping someone would step up. Nothing's worked. We've been crying out for someone who can lead the line. Someone who can hold the ball up when we're under pressure. Someone who brings others into play. Someone who gives defenders something to think about. So on Thursday, we made a move. Free transfer. Patrick Bamford, 32 years old. Contract until January. Now, here's where it gets interesting. This isn't some young prospect with potential. This isn't even a player in his prime who's going to transform us overnight. Bamford left Leeds United back in August after they tore up his contract. Think about that for a second. Leeds, desperate for goals themselves after coming down from the Premier League, decided they didn't need him anymore. That tells you something. He's played just 18 games last season, 8 appearances this campaign, 0 goals since April 2024. Let me repeat that, April 2024. That's his last goal. A 4-3 win for Leeds against Middlesbrough at the Riverside, 19 months ago. Nearly 2 years without finding the back of the net. The injury record speaks for itself. 95 appearances since the start of 2021-22. That's for seasons 4. He should be north of 150 games in that time. That's how many matches he's missed through various problems. Knee injuries, ankle problems, you name it. His body hasn't been able to cope with the demands of professional football at the highest level. That's just facts. So why on earth have we signed him? Have we genuinely run out of options? Is this desperation? But here's the thing, and this is crucial. 69 championship goals across his career. That's not luck. That's not a fluke. That's genuine quality at this level. 16 goals for Leeds in 2019 when they went up. That was the season they absolutely dominated the championship under Marcelo Bielsa. Bamford was crucial to that success. Absolutely crucial. 11 for Middlesbrough in 2017-18. 17 for Bro back in 2014-15. He's done it before, multiple times, at different clubs, under different managers, in different systems. This bloke knows where the goal is at championship level. That's undeniable. Yes, he's older now. Yes, the championship's evolved. It's quicker, more physical, more demanding than it was back in 2015. Yes, his body's let him down recently. All valid concerns. But Chris Wilder doesn't sign players on a whim. He's one of the most experienced managers in this division. He knows the championship inside out. He knows exactly what he's getting. A striker who understands this level. Someone who's been there and done it. Someone who can hold the ball up, and God knows we've been crying out for that. A player who brings others into play. Someone with proper technical ability. We haven't had anyone up top who can properly link the attack together. Watch our games back. We get the ball forward, and it just bounces straight back at us. There's no one holding it up, bringing midfielders into play, creating space for others. Bamford does that. Even on one leg, he's got that quality. His link-up play has always been underrated. Even when he wasn't scoring for Leeds in the Premier League, his hold-up play and ability to bring others into the game was vital. This is a short-term deal. January, 2 months. That's the commitment here. Low risk, potentially high reward. Wilder's essentially saying, right? We need something different. We need goals. We need someone who can actually play as a proper center forward. Let's roll the dice. And honestly, what choice do we have? Keep doing the same thing and expect different results? That's madness. That's the definition of insanity. We've tried playing without a recognized striker. Doesn't work. We've tried playing youngsters up top. Not ready yet. We've tried shifting players out of position. Disaster. If Bamford can stay fit, and that's a massive if, we've suddenly got a proper focal point. Someone defenders actually have to worry about. Someone with championship pedigree. Someone who scored goals at this level consistently over the years. The Steel City Derby is coming up this weekend. Imagine him getting his first goal against Wednesday. The scenes. Bramall Lane would absolutely erupt. The narrative writes itself, but beyond the romance, beyond the fairy tale comeback story, this is about survival. Cold, hard reality. We need points. We need goals. We need something to change. Fast. Look at the table. We're nowhere near where we should be. The squad's better than this. The manager's better than this. But without goals, you don't win matches. Simple as that. Bamford gives us an option we didn't have last week. That alone makes it worth the punt. And let's be honest, there's no transfer fee. We're not gambling millions here. If it doesn't work, if he breaks down after the games, if he can't cut it anymore, we've lost nothing. Absolutely nothing. We move on. But if it does work, if he gets 5 or 6 goals before January, if he helps us climb the table and get some momentum, we look like geniuses. Wilder looks like a genius. Best piece of business we've done all season. There's also the experience factor. Bamford's been around. He's played at the highest level. He's been promoted from this division. He knows what it takes. That leadership, that knowledge, that can rub off on younger players. We've got a young squad, inexperienced in many ways. Having someone like Bamford around, even for 2 months, could be invaluable. Not just on the pitch, but in training, in the dressing room, passing on that knowledge. Right, over to you lot. Do you back this signing? Are you excited to see Bamford in a Blades shirt? Or are you worried we're taking on damaged goods? Seriously, I want to hear from you. Comments below. Let's have a proper debate about this. No right or wrong answers here. Just honest opinions from fellow Blades fans. And if you're enjoying this breakdown, slap that like button. It genuinely helps us reach more Blades fans. The algorithm loves engagement, and the more people who see these videos, the stronger our community becomes. Now, whilst we've brought in a striker with question marks, we're also looking at fresh talent elsewhere. For clubs chasing one winger, and we're right in the mix. This is the kind of story that gets you excited as a football fan. Young talent, blistering form, multiple clubs interested. January transfer window approaching. It's got everything. Mario COZIER-DUBERRY. Remember that name. Write it down. Because if we don't sign him, someone else will, and we'll be kicking ourselves. 20 years old, ex-Arsenal Academy, currently tearing up League One on loan at Bolton Wanderers from Brighton. Now, the Arsenal connection is interesting. They don't let many young players go. Their academy is one of the best in the country, so when someone leaves, it usually means something. Either they're not good enough, or they want guaranteed game time, or there's been a falling out. In COZIER-DUBERRY's case, it seems like he just wanted to play. Fair enough, he moved to Brighton, who have an excellent track record of developing young talent. Look at what they've done with players like Moises Caicedo, Alexis McAllister, even Evan Ferguson. John Mousinho at Portsmouth watched him personally last season. Went to games specifically to scout him. Wanted to bring him to Fratton Park. Didn't happen. Now he's making everyone regret not moving sooner. 7 goals, 7 assists already. We're only in November. That's 14 goal contributions from the wing in League One. Absolutely ridiculous numbers for a 20-year-old. Last month, 2 goals, 2 assists. League One Player of the Month. Deserved it too. Absolutely ran the show in multiple games. then last weekend. And this is where it gets silly. For goals against Port Vale, to scored, to assisted, absolutely obliterated them, made them look like a Sunday League side. Bolton won for 2-0, and COZIER-DUBERRY had a hand in every single goal, single goal. That's not just having a good game, that's being absolutely unplayable. That's a level above everyone else on the pitch. Steven Schumacher, Bolton's manager, said he's been a different class and that he's loving his football right now. That's manager speak for everyone's going to nick him in January, and there's nothing I can do about it. You can hear it in his voice when he talks about the lad he knows. He knows this loan's temporary and that COZIER-DUBERRY's destined for higher things. And guess what? Everyone wants him. Sheffield United, West Brom, Preston, Bristol City, all reportedly watching, all considering moves, all making calls to Brighton to understand the situation. Brighton, his parent club, have a recall clause in January. Standard stuff for loans. They can bring him back, assess the situation, then either keep him for their own promotion push, send him back out to a higher level, or sell him for a profit. That's where it gets interesting for us. That's where this becomes a proper transfer race. We need width, desperately. We need pace. We need someone who can actually beat a defender and put the ball in dangerous areas. Someone who makes things happen. Look at our right side. It's been a problem all season. Matt Ritchie left in the summer. Experienced player, knew the championship inside out. We haven't replaced him properly. Frank Ouma, signed for £500,000 from Ipswich, has been injured. Promising kid, but we haven't seen enough of him. Harvey Blair, same story. Picked up a knock, been out for weeks. Florian Bianchini on loan from Swansea, hasn't found his feet, looks lost half the time. Might not even be here next season. Probably shouldn't be. So we've got this massive hole on the right wing, a massive problem that's affecting our entire attacking structure. We can't stretch teams. We can't create overloads. We're too predictable. COZIER-DUBERRY plays predominantly on the right, exactly where we're crying out for quality. Perfect fit positionally. He's quick, absolutely rapid. The kind of pace that terrifies defenders, especially in the championship where not everyone can handle speed. He's direct, takes people on, doesn't mess about passing backwards and sideways, gets the ball, runs at defenders, makes things happen. That's what we need. Creates chances. 7 assists already. That's 7 goals he's directly created for teammates. Imagine what he could do with better players around him. Scores goals himself. 7 already. Can't just defend against his crossing. He'll cut inside and shoot. Defenders have to make decisions, and that creates space. He's got that ex-Arsenal technique. You can see it in his close control. The way he manipulates the ball in tight spaces. The way he shifts it from foot to foot. That's coaching. That's thousands of hours of technical work. And here's the kicker. We've got history with Brighton loans. Mark O'Mahony spent last season with us. Made 13 appearances, scored 3. The relationship's there. The trust exists between the clubs. We've shown we can develop their young players. Give them game time. Treat them right. That matters when Brighton are deciding where to send COZIER-DUBERRY next. If we can get him in January, and that's a big if considering the competition, we're talking about genuine pace and threat from wide areas. Imagine him running at tired championship defenders in the second half of the season. February, March, April, that's when teams get leggy. That's when pace absolutely kills you. Imagine him putting balls in for Bamford if he's still here and fit. Imagine him cutting inside onto his left foot and smashing one in from 20 yards. Imagine him terrorizing fullbacks week after week. That's a completely different dimension to our attack. That changes everything about how teams have to defend against us. But let's be realistic. Let's not get carried away here. For clubs want him. That's serious competition. West Brom are flying. Top 6. Carlos Corberan's got them playing brilliant football. Why wouldn't he go there? Chance of promotion, playing for a big club, Hawthorns as a proper stadium. Preston are Paul Heckingbottom's side now. Our old manager. He knows the championship. He'll be selling the vision, the project. Bristol City have got history, a big fan base, ambition. They're a draw too. And Brighton might decide to keep him for their own promotion push. They're in the mix at the top of the championship. Why send him out when they could use him themselves? We're not exactly flying right now. We've got the worst attack in the division. That's not an attractive proposition for a young talent looking at his options. Unless Wilder can sell him the project. The history, Sheffield United, Bramall Lane, the potential of this squad when it clicks, the opportunity to be a hero. That's where we need to be smart. That's where the personal touch matters. Wilder's good at that. He's convinced players to join us before when we weren't the obvious choice. He did it when we went up to the Premier League. He can do it again. What do you reckon? Is COZIER-DUBERRY the missing piece? Would you be buzzing if we signed him in January? Or are there better targets out there? Let me know in the comments. And be honest, do you think we've actually got a chance of landing him with 3 other clubs circling? Or are we kidding ourselves? Keep that engagement going, folks. Your comments genuinely shape what content we make next. So get involved. Tell me who you want us to sign in January. Tell me what positions we need to strengthen, right? From potential future blades to current heroes representing us on the international stage. World Cup dreams, giant killing, and a blade right at the heart of it all. This is the kind of story that reminds you why we love football. Underdog victories, nations dreaming, players giving everything for the shirt. Thursday night, Aviva Stadium, Dublin, Republic of Ireland versus Portugal. The atmosphere must have been absolutely electric. Portugal topped the group. Cristiano Ronaldo starting. Probably his last chance at a World Cup. Win, and they're through. Job done. Should have been a formality. A routine victory. Ireland had other ideas. Massive other ideas. To-0. Troy Parrott with a first half brace. The Tottenham lad absolutely delivering when his country needed him most. Ronaldo sent off in the second half. Lost his head. Frustration boiling over. Portugal stunned. Absolutely shell-shocked. Ireland's World Cup dream stays alive. And right in the thick of it, our boy, COZIER-DUBERRY, started the match. Played 86 minutes. Never stopped running. Not for a second. That's the Oddbean we know. Work rate off the charts. Hit the post in the first half. Desperately unlucky not to score. Would have been the icing on the cake. Would have been the goal of his life. So close. But forget the stats for a second. Watch the match back if you can. His work rate was absolutely relentless. Pressing Portugal's defenders. World-class defenders. Players worth tens of millions. Didn't matter. He was in their faces all night. Tracking back. Helping his full back. Doubling up on Ronaldo when needed. Then bursting forward on the counterattack. Box-to-box. Non-stop. 28 touches, 79% pass completion, to key passes, 1 interception, 2 fouls, drew defenders out of position countless times. But numbers don't tell the full story. They never do. His pace on the break was absolutely crucial to Heimir Hallgrímsson's game plan. Ireland weren't trying to out-football Portugal. That would be suicide. They were compact, organized, then boom, hit them on the break, use pace, use directness. Catch them when they're committed forward. Ogbene was perfect for that. His speed terrifies defenders. When he gets the ball and runs at you, you're in trouble. Portugal couldn't settle because Ogbene and his teammates never gave them a second to breathe. Every time Portugal thought they had control, Ireland broke. Every time they pushed forward, they left space behind. Ogbene exploited that all night. Here's where it gets tense. Ireland are now on 7 points, third in Group F, 1 point behind Hungary in second. Portugal will beat Armenia in their final game. Let's be real. They'll field a strong team. They'll want to finish the qualifying campaign properly. They'll top the group comfortably. So it all comes down to Sunday. Ireland versus Hungary in Budapest. Winner takes second place and goes to the World Cup playoffs in March. A draw does it for Hungary. Home advantage. Just need to avoid defeat. Ireland have to win. No other option. Win or go home. Win or another 4 years of hurt. No pressure then. Just your entire nation's World Cup dreams resting on 90 minutes of football. This is massive for Ogbene personally. Ireland haven't been to a World Cup since 2002. 23 years. An entire generation has grown up without seeing their country at the biggest tournament in football. Think about that. Kids who were born after 2002 are now adults. They've never experienced the World Cup with Ireland involved. That's heartbreaking for a football nation. Ogbene's been at Bramall Lane since September. Came over from Ipswich on loan. 10 appearances for us this season. Hasn't set the world alight. To be honest, he's been solid. Done his job. Nothing spectacular, but reliable. But this is different. This is representing your country. This is a chance at immortality for Ireland. This is Roy Keane, Robbie Keane, Damien Duff territory. Legends. Icons. Names that will never be forgotten. Think about Italian 90, Jack Charlton's heroes. The whole country went mad. Airports packed with fans. Streets empty during matches. Pubs rammed. That's what a World Cup means. If Ireland win on Sunday and eventually make it to the World Cup, Ogbean's a hero forever. Doesn't matter what he does for the rest of his career, he'll always be one of the lads who got Ireland to the World Cup. And for us, it's brilliant to see one of our lads performing on that stage. Even on loan, he's still a Blade. He's wearing our shirt week in, week out. That connection exists. The experience he's getting. High-pressure qualifiers, massive crowds, win or bust scenarios that can only help us when he returns. That's the kind of experience you can't buy. You can't replicate it in training. Playing in front of 50,000 passionate Irish fans with everything on the line, that's character building. That's what turns good players into leaders. Think about what Thursday night meant. Beating Portugal, beating Ronaldo, one of the greatest players ever to play the game, keeping that dream alive when everyone expected them to lose. The Aviva Stadium must have been absolutely rocking. Dublin must have been mental after that final whistle. Pubs celebrating till sunrise. That's what football's about. And Ogbean was right there, running himself into the ground for his country, leaving everything on that pitch. Literally everything. That's the sort of character you want at your club. That's the sort of player who'll fight for every ball, every tackle, every point when it matters most. When we're scrapping for results in February and March, that mentality matters, right? Blades faithful. Are you back in Ireland on Sunday? Will you be watching Ogbean try to book his place in World Cup history? I know I will be. I'll be glued to the telly. Budapest. Sunday afternoon. Massive occasion. And honestly, how do you rate him for us this season? Has he done enough to earn a permanent move? Or is the loan working for everyone? Some of you reckon we should make it permanent. Others think he's not quite good enough long term. I want to hear your thoughts. Get your predictions in the comments. Ireland to win in Budapest? Or will Hungary hold on for the draw they need? And if you've got mates who support Ireland, share this video with them. Spread the love. Let's all get behind Ogbean in Ireland on Sunday, right? Let's wrap this up. So there you have it. 3 massive stories for the Blades. 3 stories that could define our season in different ways. Patrick Bamford, a calculated gamble that can save our season or disappear without a trace. It's high risk in some ways, but actually low risk when you think about it properly. No transfer fee, short contract. If it works, brilliant. If it doesn't, we move on. But with our gold route, we had to try something. We had to take a chance. And Wilder's backed himself to get this right. Mario COZIER-DUBERRY, the winger everyone wants. The talent lighting up League One. If we can land him in January, we've got genuine pace and creativity. A player who can genuinely change games from wide positions. But we're up against serious competition. West Brom, Preston, Bristol City, they all want him to. Brighton might keep him themselves. It's going to be a battle, but it's a battle worth fighting. And Chidozie Ogbean, making us proud on the international stage. Thursday night's heroics against Portugal were just the start. That performance, that work rate, that determination, that's what wearing the shirt's about. Sunday's the real test. Budapest. Winner takes all. World Cup playoffs on the line. We'll all be watching. We'll all be backing him. If you've made it this far, you're clearly invested in this club. Properly invested. 20+ minutes of analysis and discussion. That's dedication. That's passion. That's what being a Blade's about. So do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Do this community a favor. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're here every single day bringing you the latest Blades news, analysis, tactical breakdowns, opinion pieces, and debates. We're growing fast. You'll want to be part of this journey. Trust me, hit that like button. It genuinely helps us reach more fans and grow this community. The algorithm rewards engagement. More likes means more people see the content. More people means stronger community. Stronger community means better discussions. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We've got big weeks ahead. Transfer window approaching. Big matches coming up. Team news. Injury updates. You'll want to stay in the loop. You'll want to know what's happening as soon as it happens. And most importantly, involved in the comments. This channel only works because of you lot. Your opinions, your debates, your passion, your knowledge. That's what makes this special. That's what separates us from other channels. I read every comment. I reply to as many as I can. I take your suggestions on board. This is a community, not a broadcast. We're in this together. We're all in this together. Through the struggles, through the gambles, through the glory, through the Bamford experiment, through the transfer battles, through the international breaks. That's what being a Blade means. We stick together when times are tough. We back the team. We back the manager. We back each other. I'll see you in the next one, and there'll be plenty more to talk about. I promise you that. Up the Blades. Come on, you red and white wizards. Let's have it.